Right. Do you ever, I mean, from the sounds of it, it doesn't really ever sound to me that there's not going to be a need for an organization like Clean Ocean Action. Do you seriously envision that would ever be the case?
It's what keeps me going, because I believe that at some point, you know, people will become so committed toward a greener and healthier environmental life that, you know, threats like the industrialization of the ocean will be something that will just be, you know, categorically, you know, rejected. I mean, you know, just like the idea of ocean dumping is categorically rejected today. But we used to say that about offshore oil and gas drilling too, you know, and that's starting to come back, you know. So, you know, you have to wonder, but you know, there's a new generation that's out there, and the young kids, you know, your kids. I mean, they grew up in an environment where the environment was very actively engaged in their education.
But the first Earth Day happened when I was in high school. 70?
70, right.
April of 70.
April 22nd.
Okay, and here we are, that's now a few years ago. You know, but it's
but much progress has been made.
A lot of progress has been made, but every time you think you've made some, you know, in this campaign, you know, drill baby drill is a slogan of one of the major parties, the idea that we're going to drill our way out of this problem. Although every study and every report says that's not going to work.
Right.
But that's part of when people are afraid of $4 a gallon gas.
Right.
Any solution seems good.
Right.
Don't we need to always...
We always need to remain vigilant,
which means you'll always be.
Right, I guess there'll always be a place for advocacy, and I guess for a watchdog organization. No matter what happens, there needs to be that watchdog. But I hope that, you know, and it's not necessarily, you know, it's not. It's a vision. It's a vision, and it should be both parties' vision to have a healthy ecosystem, a healthy environment, not just for our quality of life as human beings, but for the quality of life of the environment, of which we are one part. And, you know, it's not only good for our health, but it's good for the economy. You know, the Jersey Shore tourism industry is $36 billion. I mean, if we're worried about the economics of today, which is why, again, LNG, to keep harping on it, doesn't make any sense. Why would we want to spend more for energy when we can have it cheaper producing it here? But this economy, we need to keep the ocean healthy and the marine environment healthy, because it employs so many people and sustains a $36 billion economy.
From the beginning, Clean Ocean Action always talked about the economy, not just the tourist economy, but a very high percentage of our local businesses are based on clean water for fishing, property values, just the enjoyment of it, restaurants that make their money off of it. If the ocean's dirty, nobody comes. And we have had years like that.
That's right. And you know, we had big beaches, but the water was polluted and nobody was sitting on them. So I think that reality, I think, haunts a lot of people. But there's, you know, it's been some years now that we've had some really good years, and people may forget. So that's why vigilance
the last couple of years, and you know, going back to Governor Florio's administration, when it didn't start there, but a lot of progress was made. The ocean started getting much cleaner. I mean, the last couple of summers, it's just been spectacular.
It has been. There's been some isolated incidents.
Sure,
as there will be. But you know, that's where vigilance comes in, and that's why, you know, we have a legislative effort that we've been working on for years called the Clean Ocean Zone, which would make the ocean off the Jersey Shore the nation's first clean ocean zone, where this kind of industrialization would be prohibited permanently. I mean, as permanently as laws can have it. But it would permanently protect the ocean, and that's what we need to get.
Well, in a little bit less than 1 minute, tell us what Clean Ocean Action is doing to celebrate the 25th birthday.
Oh, well, we're planning a big year-long celebration. We're going to be rolling out a whole bunch of new initiatives that we want to engage. I'm sure there'll be new T-shirts. Absolutely.
I have a whole collection.
Oh, that's great. Well, we ought to bring them out.
Yeah, I'll be happy to.
There you go.
You know, if you can get the guy to design a new Slick the Cat T-shirt,
I'll try to find.
Cool.
Yeah, that's.
Well, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much.
And we'll do it again in about a year.
Okay, great.
All right,
Sounds good.